Welcome to Apathetic Adventures, a House of Bob actual play using the Tiny Dungeon system.
I'm Ashley, and I'm playing Monday, everyone's least favorite bunny person.
I'm Mike, and I'm playing Plurks, the greedy, conniving goblin spellcaster.
And I'm Christina, playing Nove, the tree person with a heart of oak.
And this is Josh, your Game Master. If you enjoy the show, please be sure to subscribe, give us a 5-star rating, and consider supporting us on Patreon, where you'll find our first Tiny Dungeon adventure. Last time, the gang raided the Quail Queen's tomb, bypassed a trap, tore off a stone golem's arm, telestorked a giant boulder, discovered an opened egg in a treasure hoard, and a voice, presumably the Quail Queen, said it needed to save the world or kill everyone in it. And we're going to, frustratingly, not even pick up there. We're going into the future.
What?
Da 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 da.
We're going in the future machine, and now we're back in Oakhart. A few days, weeks, probably days later. And the town of Oakhart is bustling with activity as throngs of visitors come to either see or serve the newly risen Quail Queen. But today's event it's due to, somehow a giant boulder fell out of the sky and onto Al's house, killing him instantly.
Oh no.
So everyone's gathered to mourn and eulogize and more importantly, hear the reading of the will.
Oh, and look through his books.
And look through all his books.
And see if any look like they might be something they would want.
For the listeners, Al was a helpful non-player character in the Patreon episode that gave some magic items and tried to get the players to get a cure? A cure for the disease?
For fomentation sickness.
But now he's dead.
Yep.
R.I.P. Does anybody want to do anything in character? If you do something in character, you'll get a small bonus for a potential mini game.
So by do something in your character, you mean at the eulogy? Or do you mean
eulogize or sing a song? I don't know what your characters would do for Al. And Randy Hands is not at the funeral because Randy Hands never met Mr. Al.
Ah.
Well, Monday is going to show up at the funeral.
You weren't invited?
Wow, impressive.
All right. Plurks walks to the front of the crowd at the funeral, and he notices that the executor has the will off to the side, and he hasn't gotten a look at it yet. So he walks up to the front, and he says, I'd like to say a few words about Owl. And he sort of sidles over near the executor and starts trying to peek over and see if he can look at the will a little bit. And he says, Owl was a bird with a house, and he had some books, which I'd like to take a look at, and maybe I will. And maybe I can read them, and maybe he left them to me in that will there. But let's not focus on that. Let's talk about what a great guy Owl was. He gave us some magic items that helped us end the plague that was affecting all of us. And, of course, it was Owl's action sending us there that inadvertently led to the release of the Quail Queen. So I think as a result, we should pretty much just take what we want and go.
Why don't you roll a something? I don't know if you've got a skill to get advantage on that or not. Otherwise, just roll a 2d6 on this.
I have no skills that are at all useful related to any of that, unless I were to cast a spell on everybody. No. Educated? Do I sound educated when I do that? No, I'm not trying to gain specific information. So no, I'll just roll 2d6. A 6 and a 3.
All right. There's a light applause when you finish.
Because you finished.
Ashley, is Monday just showing up? Is her mere presence enough?
Oh, she wore black.
Okay, nice. Roll a 2d6 fashion check. Let's see if you look sad enough.
Oh, I got a 6 and a 1. So.
Oh, nice. Very sad looking. Very mournful.
Mm-hmm. And the god's toenail is strapped to her back.
Gross. All right. Yeah. What about Nove?
Yeah, I don't think Nove would actually say anything, but he just walks up, lays a wreath that he made down onto the grave spot as a memorial.
Monday starts crying.
And then he slowly backs away.
Do trees cry?
I guess that's sap, so yes.
Monday's crying because that wreath is so beautiful.
Roll a 2d6 mourning check.
Aw, a 3 and a 1.
Oh, nobody believed it.
Nobody fell for it.
There was not enough sap.
Should have dressed up.
Well, the will gets read. Lots of people get little knickknacks, little small things. And they do get to the end of the will. And left to the heroes of Oakheart is Owl's library. But it's all trapped under his house. So you got to get it out.
Oh no.
Oh,
Is that stuff you guys even care?
that's okay. That's okay. We'll get it out. It's fine.
Yay, books.
So why is it under the whole thing? Did it collapse?
Yeah, the boulder was dropped right on top of his house.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
When you did
it
the
was really
storycation teleportation.
Who could have foreseen that this would happen?
Oh no, you didn't do that on purpose, did you?
Well, he did send it to Al's house.
Mike shrug. There was a small shrug there. Okay. Okay, how you going to get the books out?
Oh, goodness.
You don't have to roll. We can just narrate this one. We want you guys to get the books.
Let's see. Plurks is not great for brute strength here. I mean, if he can use some kind of magic to move it, he could try that. But I guess we could disassemble part of the library on one side of the boulder and roll it down and hope it doesn't squish too much on its way. We could aim at the house of someone that we don't like, and it could just roll and crush that house.
You can't just do that for every situation. Crushing people's houses is not always the safe bet.
It's worked well for me so far.
That's fair. Well, maybe if you can convince Nove to help. So far, he has no reason to help you for this in particular.
Hey, Nove, don't you want some books? Look at the books. There's books in here. Books are great. They're like dead
I find
trees.
books offensive.
Dead trees pressed into useful shapes. Aren't they great? Don't you want some?
No, they should return back to Earth where they belong.
Oh, man, but what if there's something important in there that trees would want to know? No, that didn't persuade you. Okay. All right, I'm going to try to get some lumber and make a lever and try to lever the boulder off.
This is so offensive.
I mean, what do you think about, he runs a bookstore. He sells the corpses of your people.
I guess maybe he didn't quite know what this guy did before, did he? We just got picked up together and was like, go on an adventure.
There's a fomentation disease to worry about at that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we had a lot going on.
Monday is going to suggest that we use our riches from the Quail Queen's tomb to hire people to move the boulder.
Oh, spend money?
Nice. Good job. Okay, back to what we got from the Quail Queen's tomb. We won't do a formal flashback right now, but this game has kind of a gold system, but not really. So we're going to use more of an abstract wealth kind of a thing. So she gave each of you a small fortune for saving her from her being trapped in her egg. And what's a small fortune? You can buy small things, no problem. You've got enough money. Or you can use the entire small fortune at some point to buy something the value of like Mastercraft sword with a minor enchantment or something like that. It's probably in modern day terms the value of a car or something.
That's pretty good.
So we can hire some laborers to...
You could get help.
Move a big boulder. I see.
She also gave each of you a potion of healing, which heals half your hit points rounding up. And also, to know she gave a seed of an ancient one. She's going to let Monday have selected between a potion of haterade or a string of light. Nove can choose.
Haterade? What does that do?
I don't know. If she chooses it, we'll have to find out. I don't know what the string of light does either.
Haterade.
Said she also gave us a seed of the ancient one?
Gave me one.
Of an ancient one.
This is only to Nove.
Only Nove.
Yeah, Nove can pick between the two. The other one has to go to another character that is not here.
Yes, I got haterade now. I love delicious flavored waters.
Which one are you picking, Ashley? Some haterade.
I will pick a string of light.
Okay. Very cool. Clerks received a scroll of Regsurrection.
Regsurrection. Okay.
REX?
REGG.
Oh,
Surrection.
egg. Rig.
Regsurrection.
I see now.
Okay.
So 1 small fortune each. There's a lot more gold in there, but Quill Keen is currently using that to pay all these new folks that are showing up. So you've been given that. And so you pay laborers. What's an animal that like works really hard? We don't really have ant people. Ant people would be good.
Beavers.
A badger would be good at digging, right? They're tough and strong.
I think beavers too. Yeah, so beavers, badgers.
Yeah, beavers.
So they all move a lot of the debris out of the way, and then you can access the library.
But don't let Nove see the beavers, though. They must be arch enemies.
Oh my gosh. No. Nove's going to need a therapist.
Yeah, so much trauma this episode.
So what you guys discover when you have full access to the remains of the library is that there's a treasure put together between several of the books, and it's in a place that, and we're gonna decide together what that place is and how it works. So I'm gonna need each of you to roll initiative. So roll 2d6, and it'll really only matter for the first round.
6.
8.
Nova also got an 8.
Up, roll off.
6.
9.
Okay, Nova goes first, then Plurks, and then Monday. We're basically going to create the next adventure by using words. And you're going to select some word, adjective, noun, adverb, and you're going to apply it to one of 4 things. You're going to apply it to the place, you're going to apply it to the dangers, the people, or the treasure. And then by the end of this, we'll try to go on whatever that adventure is, or we can bypass this adventure and you can flash back to the Quail Queen and see if she's got something for you to do. So Nova's first. So think of this as all an abstraction, but your characters are finding details about this myth, legend, treasure, whatever it ends up being. And your characters each are finding whatever it was. So Christina, if you want to put a word in a place, a danger, the people, or the treasure.
Now, this may be cheating a little bit, but can I get an example of what you mean in this scenario?
That's not cheating at all. That's just good communication.
Well, it seems like you wanted to go in without knowing.
So for example, for the treasure, you might say gold, right, as a simple version, or you might say sword or something like that. For the people, you might say aliens. I don't know, something like that. And then we kind of go from there. I hope that cleared things up.
Yes. So for the place, I'm going to say canyon.
Canyon. All right, next is Ashley / Monday.
The dangers are sexy.
Okay. Sexy dangers. Wow. All right. Last we've got Blurks. I don't know what we're going to do with that. Now I'm really worried about where this is going to go.
This is what happens when you let the people decide.
This is going to go back on the Patreon. All right, go ahead, Mike.
The people are, let's see. The people are infected.
Oh, cool.
But that's unrelated to the sexy part, just to be clear.
Infected people.
I don't think you're allowed to say that quite yet. All right, so we're going to change the order now. And I did forget to say, but you guys did it naturally, that in each round you can't add a word on to the same category.
Okay.
So we're going to move everyone up. We're going to start with Ashley's Monday now.
Okay, so the dangers and the people are different.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe not. Okay, gotcha.
Maybe not.
The place is near.
It's near. See, that's
nearby.
That's a player.
Smart.
That's a player right there. Let's not make this difficult.
Convenient.
Okay? The place is convenient. All right, Mike is next.
Yeah, I should say the dangers are easily handled. No, I'll say
I love it.
Yeah. Trivial. No, I'll say the treasure.
Please don't make sexy and easily handled in the same category.
Okay, fair enough. I'll say the treasure is ghostly.
Ghostly. Cool. Christina.
People are sleepy.
Okay. All right, new round. We're going to start with Mike.
All right. The dangers are underground.
Okay. Christina.
The people are necrotic.
I feel like this is another fomentation disease.
Yeah.
A different kind, maybe.
Ashley.
The treasure is hymns.
What?
The treasure is hymns.
It's hems?
Like a hymn,
Like a
a
song.
song. Yeah.
Yes.
HYMNS.
Oh,
Yeah.
a hymn. A hymnal. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
The ghostly hymns.
Have you guys seen the like prescription commercials for Hims and Hers, or is that just like the specific advertising I'm getting? No.
I
Okay.
have no idea what that is.
No idea what you're talking about.
I thought Ashley was like Hims, like a medication for men. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
But then you like wrote it like how you would tailor a suit.
Yes, I heard Hims too.
Gotta hem it.
I thought surely she's not saying hymns. Okay, who is after that? I'm losing my place. You guys got to help me now.
That's fine. The treasure is hymns. Ghostly hymns. That's pretty good.
That is pretty cool.
The treasure is not translated.
Not translated.
Ghostly
Okay.
hymns in another language.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, so my turn.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say the dangers are sexy underground land sharks.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's very specific now. Okay. There's not much left to make up. Who's after that?
It's me. I think this is the last one, right?
Yeah.
So the place is a nearby canyon with the shipwreck.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
We didn't know this, but we've actually been very close to the ocean this whole time.
Yeah.
Or not.
Everybody
Who
knows-
knows where it came from?
Well, everybody
true.
knows Shipwreck Canyon. It's nearby.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's where all those land sharks are.
Right. That's why we don't go
They're
there.
also underground.
Sexy land sharks. All right. So for an excellent eulogy, Plurks gets a bonus word to put on any category. For her excellent funeral outfit, Monday gets an extra word.
Oh, this is a horrible bonus.
Yeah, you gotta keep thinking. Ha ha.
The people are also rich.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe the ghostly hymnal would wake them up somehow. Or help the infected, sleepy, necrotic rich people. How could I phrase that? What word should I add there? How about
Curable.
a ghostly healing hymnal?
Good.
Yeah, I like that. A ghostly healing hymnal. That's what it should be.
That's not translated.
That is not translated. Yeah.
Not yet.
Okay. To recap for the listeners, the heroes of Oakheart have discovered a legend of a ghostly hymnal healing. A ghostly healing hymnal in another language. And the place is a canyon nearby with a shipwreck, so we'll figure out how that's going to work. The dangers are obviously sexy underground land sharks. I'm glad that I don't have to make anything up for that. That's great. And the people are infected, sleepy, necrotic rich people. All right.
As they always are.
Yeah.
God, jeez. This podcast gets more communist by the day. All right, so now you all have to decide whether you want to pursue this treasure or go work for the Quail Queen instead.
I don't see how anything the Quail Queen says could possibly be as interesting as this.
Yeah, we also did so much work now.
Yeah. We had to read books for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeez.
I had to touch pages
You had to
of
touch
my
dead bodies.
my dead ancestors for this.
Oof.
Gross. I mean, not all trees are alive in the same way. Sentient, I guess. I mean.
Sounds like you're kind of treeist to me.
Oh no, I'm just saying that as a lore thing. Not all trees are.
So you're putting your treeism into the lore.
Yes.
I see how it is. Okay. Well, that makes it okay.
That doesn't make it okay. That just is the truth that Nove goes by.
All right.
No tree men were harmed
In the making of these books. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Is there any paper that is not made using, I mean, there must be. What's papyrus? What's that? That's a plant, right? That's not a tree.
Yeah, papyrus is an actual reed.
There you go.
Yeah, as long as there's no reed people, we're good.
Some of my best friends are reed people.
Oh, no. And then you sell them books?
Well, they're real happy about the books made out of trees, you see.
Ah, I see.
Okay, is there anything you're going to do to prepare? Obviously, you know some of the things that this could be, you know where it is, but who knows what those what the dangers could be? I mean, that's really vague and not specific at all. Is there anything you all are going to do to prepare?
Can I find a book on land sharks?
Sure.
Underground sharks.
We have a library now, so.
That's true.
Well, they're sexy land sharks. You know, they're very provocative and they're always
and underground.
Yes. And they're always popping out and making a pass at people.
So rude.
Yes.
So rude and crude. Well, since it's nearby, I assume we must have some kind of map. Like, people have been around.
Yeah, since it's nearby, since we picked a convenient location, that's easy.
Yeah, a
Not
map
far.
so we don't have to have a dangerous trail to the shipwreck.
I think Plurks is just going to practice his magic. Last few times he's tried to use his magic, it's been unreliable. So I think he's just going to practice. Maybe practice trying to make himself look unappealing to a sexy land shark.
Okay, anybody else? You've got a small fortune. I mean, you could die on this adventure. You're going to just leave your small fortune unused?
You know what? Actually, I've got alchemy as a skill. I should mix a potion or poison of some kind to take with us.
I think that's a good idea.
What kind of poison or potion do you think I should make?
I still have that bottle of poison from last time. Unless we're saying it's all dried up now.
I do as well.
I don't even remember.
Somebody got something icky and put it in a bottle. That's all I remember.
The scroll of Telestork is gone, though, right?
That is gone. The scrolls get used. Fine. They're very powerful.
That's fine. What about a potion that lets us somehow burrow through the ground or something? Like, I imagine that's what the land sharks do. Or a potion...
A potion of breathing underground.
A potion of dirt breathing?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Can I make a potion of dirt breathing?
Sure, roll for it. I think you get advantage for that, right? You've got the skill?
Yep. I have the skill. I got a 6 and a 5.
Ooh.
Wow, nice. Okay. Yeah, so write down a potion of dirt breathing.
You heard him.
I assume that gives you some sort of underground movement speed.
Sure.
It's not just that you can breathe underground.
Yeah. Maybe we should call it a potion of burrowing. How's that?
There you go. That sounds more useful.
I like dirt breathing as a much better name.
Yeah. That's what it does, but we call it the dirt breathing potion.
It gives you little dirt gills.
Is there anything in the book of land sharks about land shark weaknessing? Weaknessing is a word.
Roll a weaknessing check.
Yeah. Apparently not. It's a 4 and a 3.
Oh man, they must be tough. They're so sexy that it's tough.
Oh yeah, that's what I'll buy. I'm gonna buy some shades too. So I don't have to see them directly.
There's shades, they'll just be tinted.
Yeah, well, they're like blinders, I guess. So like I have a very specific focus I can see.
Like horse blinders.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness.
That's great.
All
so
right.
Noah's gonna get some blinders. So they can't be too sexy from the sides in order to mess me up.
Plurks is going to use some more of his money to cart as many of the books as he possibly can back to his bookstore.
Okay. Good plan. It doesn't sound like any of you spent your fortune, so you'll have that.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a small amount of your fortune. It's still a fortune, and you can spend that when you get back if you live. And the canyon's nearby. I assume it's down the river next to Oakart, right? So you'll just have to sail down the river again or walk beside it, whatever you guys want to do.
We'll use the map, whatever the way the map says is safest.
Yeah. the easiest way the map says, which is I would say that the river in this area is almost dried up. So we do have to climb it.
Okay, that makes sense to me. I like that detail, especially since we're dealing with underground land sharks.
Mm-hmm. We could sail it, but not with 3 people.
Okay. So you head down your river next to Oakhart, and then you take a turn at the older, dried out river. No water in it. And you're heading up. And then, after only about a day's travel, you come to a town of, oh my gosh, they've got to be necrotic. They've got to be zombies.
Yeah.
But they're sleepy zombies with lots of money.
They have to be rich zombies.
They still have their senses, apparently.
I think this was a very wealthy town and they were cursed.
Yeah.
You arrive at a town. It looks real sleepy. Not a lot going on. You do see one gentleman, and these are, we won't say that they're people. They're all similar to just a mess of species that you're used to. An eagle with its feathers falling out. He's leaning over a bar that's outside. There are stores that nobody's there. It looks like I'm picturing a Western. Like a Western, you know,
Yep.
You've got your...
General store.
Sure, yeah, general store,
Saloon.
saloon.
An inn.
Nobody's really doing anything. There's not a lot going on.
Tumbleweed drifts by.
All very dusty here.
No sheriff.
Clerks will walk up to the eagle leaning on the... Was he leaning on the bar, you said?
Yeah, the wall's missing from the saloon,
Yeah.
so you can just see right into the place. There's
Yeah.
somebody sleeping on the piano.
All right.
A rabbit. One of its
All right.
ears are missing.
Oh.
Clerks walks up to the eagle and says, "Hello, my good man. I know something that you don't know."
The eagle glares at you and yawns and says, what would that be?
I'm here to go to the shipwreck nearby and extract the ghostly hymnal.
You say that, and the piano rabbit wakes up and spins around to look at you. And the eagle's eyes grow wide. Really?
Really? Would you point me in the correct direction, please?
Sure, it's nearby.
Yes, indeed. That's what we read.
The eagle
And
slowly
convenient.
walks out the saloon and points, and you can see a shipwreck further up the canyon. How it got there, nobody knows. But it's a metal ship.
Whoa.
It's a rusty metal ship. It's not made of wood. You've never seen a ship that looks like this before.
So I hear that you're all rich. Is that right?
Well, we were.
Well, what if this hymnal were to help you in some way? Perhaps you would compensate us with some of that money?
Well, we're not rich in gold. I'll show you what we're rich in.
Love.
Oh, dear.
The eagle brings you to a pump, like a giant oil extractor sticking out of the ground. He explained to you what this used to be used for thousands of years ago. Very valuable energy source. He pats it. He pats it like a used car salesman. You should see this baby go.
So totally useless stuff then.
Yeah. Can we see it go? I don't know how to make that work.
He scratches. Part of his skull is exposed, and he scratches that with like a bony feather wing thing. I think I can get it to work. So Eagle walks around, messes with things for a little bit, gets out a can of WD-40. You don't know where that came from. Squirts it in a couple places, and he starts it up, and this black liquid starts spewing out the top.
Whoa.
And he turns it off.
Yes, but what is it for?
He collects some of it, sets it away, and he lights it on fire. They used to use this for the ships like that. And he points down to the giant metal ship.
I could find use for this.
This place has so many
Really?
antiques.
Powered the ships.
Yes, I thought we'd be getting treasure, not going antiquing. All right. Well, let's go check out the wreck and watch out for land sharks, right?
Yeah, you got any advice about that?
Oh, right. He didn't tell you about the land shark? I didn't tell you about the land shark? You knew about the land shark?
We knew about them, yes.
Don't look at the land sharks.
Oh.
Whatever you do.
Is it because they're so sexy?
I don't know. I've never looked at one.
Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. I wish I'd thought about that in advance.
Yeah, it was smart to buy the glasses. That was real smart.
Yeah, and Nove puts it on, and he goes, "Yeah."
The glasses float down from the sky
Yeah,
onto your
exactly.
face.
One of my branches brings it down over my face, and I'm like, "Yeah."
Monday starts to experiment with how the god's toenail can be a mask.
Right.
But
Seems like it could be a visor.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can actually walk around like this.
We'll head to the valley toward the ship. And are there any precautions we should take? Stick to the walls of the valley? I don't know.
Look the opposite way when you hear noises coming up from the ground.
Going to be very difficult.
Well, it's hard for Nove to be super sneaky in this
Right.
situation. So,
Right.
Yeah, Nova is the only tree around.
and I do clomp a little bit.
All right, so you're heading up the canyon toward the shipwreck, and there's a rumbling and a grumbling from something underground, and you can see a fin sticking out of the sand. Now there's more than one fin. There's 3, 4, 5 fins, and it's heading towards you. And we'll find out if these are the sexy underground land sharks next time. Thanks for listening to Apathetic Adventures. You can help the House of Bob by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, by following us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at the House of Bob, and you can chat with us on Discord. Most helpful of all is the support of our patrons on Patreon. That's at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. This show is possible due to all of our patrons who get special zines, one-shots, and commentary. Currently, our $10 patrons receive a Mega Dungeon level based on the tarot card each month. Art for this campaign is by Ignacio Corba. Music was written by Mike Hammock and performed by Duke Albert. Audio production is by Alex of Astronomic Audio. Thanks again for listening, and roll on. So I'm going to share my screen. How do I share my screen? Ooh, it lets you share by tab? That's nice. Cool. Can I move this tab, though? Okay, can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
It's so small.
It's
Yeah.
very
What
small.
is it? We're going to
move.
biggerfy it.
Yeah.
There we go. Yes.
Okay.
Is this House of Bob or Tales of Bob?
I think
House
this
of
is a
Bob.
House of Bob.
Okay. The dangers are sexy.
Okay.
I can see why you would ask that.
I can see why you asked now. I was wondering. I was like, I wonder what.
So rude and crude. No wonder this is on House of Bob.
You thought they were going to be sexy underground land sharks. No. This is the danger. No, and we're not doing that.
Okay, good. All right. If Wednesday thinks it's really something valuable, maybe we
My
can.
name's Monday.
I'm sorry, Monday. I got you confused with your sister.
You know, and I kind of feel like that rabbit on the piano might be my sister September.
Oh,
Maybe.
She
Well-
moved out many moons ago.
Yes.
It was
Maybe your
a long
great grandmother.
Thanks everybody for showing up. If the listeners are wondering, this isn't like a forever campaign. Relax. You're not going to listen to this silliness forever.